everything went really well apart from your dressing gown, and that threw you. So
Yeah, the necklace got a bit stuck, but I think
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
The audience.
And Neve, did you think the song was okay?
Old Fashioned Girl?
Yes, yeah.
It was okay.
I wasn't sure whether my cue was to wait for the stage to be cleared or whatever, or the set to be set up, so you
Yeah.
always just start as soon as she goes to mic.
As soon as she goes
No
to
matter
the
what's
mic,
happening
you
tonight.
start. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
to
Yeah.
cover the.
Yeah.
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 Now there was noise during her song.
It's very
What was
noisy
that
strike,
about?
isn't it? Very noisy strike.
Yeah.
Oh, we were
that
getting
was-
the table off the platform and all the shot glasses fell and we're like rolling down the table.
Yeah.
Is there no way that you can take the glasses off separately?
I said that to people before we started.
Yeah,
Okay, now
actually-
let's not get into an argument.
I'm saying.
Who is taking the table off? Can the people who are taking the table off at the end of Act 1 stand up?
The original was.
I was taking that table off, but now I'm taking
Well,
it
maybe
off.
Owen-
table,
Owen-
but not taking it.
I'll ask
You're
that
probably
question
taking
again.
it
Can the people who are striking the table at the end of Act 1 please stand up?
Everyone, two tables.
Yeah.
So me, Owen, Roy, and
Yeah.
So maybe Owen, if you take the table with Roy instead, and I'll take the table with Emma on stage.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because I
Now,
can't carry
James,
that
what are you doing?
Doing
Keep standing, keep standing. So we have 4 people to take 2 tables off. James is not doing anything, so he could take a tray with shot glasses off. Is there anything else on the table that needs to come off?
Party hats.
There's
The
all-
cake. Oh, the cake needs
The
to come off
cake.
the one on
Jake,
the
would
table
you
on
be able to
stage.
take the cake off?
Yeah.
Okay, stand up.
I need somebody to turn on the candle.
Yeah, hold on one sec. We're just dealing with the tables now. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people striking the tables at the end of Act 1. Is everybody absolutely clear what they're doing? Would it be easier for James to take a table and you to take the glasses?
No, because I have to rush, because I was doing the table on the stage, so I can give Lauren her dressing gown on the other side.
Okay,
Because I come on from that side.
You
anyway.
should then take the stage left end of the table.
okay. Now, do you need to run that again before this evening?
Definitely.
Probably,
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
whole changeover needs to be run because it's not just those. We need to move the
Shades on.
chaise on, and we need to figure out how we're moving around things as well, because we ended up that myself and John were ready to bring the chaise on before the table had moved
Yeah.
into position and that kind of thing.
That
we
happened
just kind of
because people were moving all of the little bits onto the table that was going off stage, so that means the only thing that was on the
Okay.
other table was the cake. So
Right.
that was the slow process, which
Yeah.
was
Okay, James and Jake, you need to run at that table, clear the cake, clear the glasses.
They
The
might not
table-
be the best people to do that though, because they're on the floor.
We can just
at the time.
go straight.
We can just
jump
I mean,
on
they,
the
they
side.
could jump onto it, but it might be noisy.
They won't be noisy. They won't be noisy. They'll be very delicate. So we'll do that in a few minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So remind me
sit
to
down?
do that. Okay. So everybody's clear. Good. Now.
Do you mind if I start setting up for Act 1 then?
Yes, I do. No, that's it. Right. Sorry.
Yeah,
But
no, I was
everybody needs to be here. So that was that the only noise during Natasha's song?
possibly the Three Sister coats because they were all on that side and we needed them on this side. So there's a bit of discussion as to how we're going to get them.
Okay. Why were your coats on that side?
Because I told, I asked Ashley like 2 minutes before.
No,
they took it
just
off.
tell me why. Did you put them there?
Yeah, because I was
Okay.
like, oh,
So
should
can you now not put them there?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, that's okay. That's all we, solutions at this stage.
Oh, solution
No.
story.
Everybody's trying to get this right, so there's no blame for anybody, but just don't do it again. Okay. So, Corey, oh, yes. Do not in any circumstances have a discussion or an argument, Emma. Okay, backstage.
Oh yeah, I fell too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that might have been a noise. That
That
might
was
have, yeah.
nice, yeah.
You fell.
Yeah, my heel got caught in my dress and I fell over the stool.
Are you okay? Okay, so that's what.
I fell over
Yeah.
the dress.
That was probably what was
Yeah.
there actually.
Yeah.
That was the loudest.
Now we are taking the wind down, it was too loud.
Yeah, no, no,
Sounds
no.
like an airplane.
Yeah. Fairpoint, don't use a tissue, please.
Okay.
Okay? Could you also wear your coat the whole time?
Okay, sure.
And can you turn that hat inside out?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Do you not want me to use the tissue in Act 2, or
No,
is it just?
because if you haven't got a handkerchief, don't use a tissue.
Okay.
Did you not get a napkin?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, Bobic. Where is Bobic supposed to be?
I thought
that the pram was meant to always be there so that I can always take him out of his bed and put it back in, but it was out in the scene dock.
Okay,
This is
well, that's
what-
because we had thought we didn't need it for the first, but it can be
Yeah.
put there, okay?
Yep, it can be left there, like,
Yeah.
it's no issue. I was just taking everything that was for Acts 3 and 4 off that way, and I didn't even come into my head that you needed them for Act 2, so I
Yeah, because I
apologise for that.
usually leave the bell and everything in the
Yeah.
pram, so all my props are in that.
Yeah. Note again, Rebecca, don't throw your coat on the ground. Some sort of scarf for the Baron coming in out of, I'll talk to you about that later.
What's this for?
Um,
Act?
When he first enters, you know, in that second act.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that was
And can't
With the
hear
uniform.
you, Rebecca. You know, this continual note all the time. Can't hear you, can't hear you, can't hear you.
Which one?
Now, at this stage, we're back to the acting. People were dropping their characters. There were very few characters visible in that dress rehearsal. Some people were terrific, they were in character, they were going for it, they were trying really hard. Others were just worrying about props, costumes, lines, and getting on and off. No world of the play and no narrative and no story developing. So please, again, can you get back into character and come on the stage as your character, not yourself. Okay? So when you break out of things and you go into discussions and you worry about getting the table off, that's you. It's not your character. Okay, Rebecca, your costume change, you need to focus on that a bit better. You came on looking very dishevelled.
Sorry.
Okay, so try and get that right. Corey, react to Masha laughing. She was really strong in that scene. But you're behind her. React to her. What are you seeing? What's a husband seeing up there?
Am I colouring up there when we just walk on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're always clear. Okay. Can't hear you, Jake, the whole way through. So your vocal needs to come up.
Louder?
Much louder, yeah. Emma, have you a letter for Vashina?
Is,
Yeah.
is that over there?
It's over there.
Yeah, no, I didn't have it.
Okay.
And I saw it when I came up after it, and I was like,
Okay. Emma, can you make a list of your props and do a checklist before this evening that everything is in the right place?
Fairness, you have more than most, so
Okay.
it's quite a lot to take care of.
Tony, be careful again on that my wife and pills, you know, when you're leaving. It just goes, it drops. Okay? And the subtitles were on a bit early, but I think Dermot knows that. We'll talk about that. We have subtitles for your
yeah,
film.
he showed me.
Yeah, okay. Pace. It's really dragging now, everybody. Really, really dragging. Singing warm-up. The waltz, Neve,
Yep.
you know, you need a cue for that. It's when Masha is, the Baron is drunk, the Baron is drunk, immediately after the drinking song,
Yeah, that cue sheet went walk about.
the Blue Danube waltz starts.
Yep.
And then it cuts out earlier. So,
Okay.
where is the cue sheet for Neve?
After that solo music.
Yeah, I know, I'll find it for you, I'll get it to you then. Yeah.
Okay. I never managed.
Dermot had picked it up, but he hadn't, so it was
Okay.
my issue, sorry.
Now we've sorted out that light for. I never managed to get three of for Masha and James and Jake. That light there was out. Rivals, Solioni, where are you?
Yeah.
Rivals as opposed to rifles.
When is this?
It sounds as if you're saying.
But no
rifles.
happy rivals.
Does it? Okay.
So rivals.
Rivals.
Okay.
I'll make sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Emma, much quicker on that must be Olga. You know, that must be Olga. You need to be on rather than
Oh, okay.
it was too vocal warm up. Olga dragging and Irena unfocused at the end of Act 2. Okay? So keep that energy up. Now, everybody settled into it then, it got much better and it became much more interesting to watch. Up to that point, it was just disastrous. It was just one thing after another. Yes.
Can I just ask about the sleigh bells? Were they
Sleigh bells were fine.
were they for a good length though?
Yeah.
Okay, great. It felt like it was getting a bit long as I was shaking it, but
And part of it was our blame because the sound was too high. Sound levels were too high. That's a technical problem. But the acting didn't. Now, the fire was good, wasn't it?
Fire was excellent.
Fire was excellent. Olga and Anfisa were late on. Why? What happened to you, Emma?
Well, Daniel was still going around. I thought they were
doing an overlap.
No, Daniel's fine, he was perfect.
Oh,
And
Emma had a
I fell as well, but then I was waiting because I could hear the bell and I was like, because I thought they were doing another lap. Because
Yeah,
some
but just
people were
even
doing
if they
four.
do another lap, you keep going,
Okay.
you get on, okay?
I'll go straight on then.
And did you fall also? Why
Yeah, fall as well right there, yeah.
why did you fall?
I fell over the step and I don't know, I just kind of fell and I was like, I just got up.
Can
Look
everybody
here on
please
each
be
other.
careful?
It's very hard though to see.
Yes, I
the
felt
stills in the pitch
very.
black, like it's
I had a fall as well getting onto the shades.
Did
But you were supposed to be drunk, so I suppose it kind of worked.
Yeah, that's correct.
Why is everybody?
I think
Can I make a suggestion about the stools? If there's enough space, can we put like a little bit of space in between each stool?
Yeah.
Because what's ended up happening is when people are beside each other, people are trying to hop over.
Yeah.
See, the only issue with that is like even if you put about this much space between each one, that's going to come out beyond the stage one way or the other.
Well, it can go back.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Okay,
have
well
to
if
be
they can go back to the wall, then we
Yeah.
could hypothetically do it. But the only issue,
Well, no,
But
you
again,
don't have to
not
go back
too
to the
far,
wall
because
because you blocked the wall.
well, yeah, like we can go back far anyway. But the problem that I would say with that is that it's very easy to trip over them in the dark.
Well, unfortunately, that's how Masha fell because there's no space for us to go over.
The stools are black. The set is black.
Yeah,
The lights are off.
it's a problem that we're going to have regardless. There's no way that we can get enough space for people to go around them regardless.
Would it,
Oh, I
be
know, I
any,
appreciate that.
would it be any help if you put the stools in the way you use them for the party?
Yes.
Long ways. Would that give you more space around each stool?
Possibly.
It's more uncomfortable to sit on
Yeah.
possibly,
Yeah.
It's falling.
but it might be less of a problem.
But
Still
I
safer.
only fell because my coat wasn't over there. That's the only reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody's not going to allow that to happen to themselves this evening because everybody's going to check every single item for the whole play. And nobody's going to touch anybody's props. That's a promise. Okay? Anybody who does will have to deal with Witch Queen at the end of the show. Not happening. So, honestly, no. I think it is entirely possible. I know you've got a lot to do, but I think if you just... I saw Kieran very carefully bringing the case. He's been told to bring the case, so he just went out and got the case. Job done. Very simple. No panic, no running around, no uproar. Just one case on stage where it's supposed to be. Okay? If you're overburdened with anything you have to do, tell me now so that we can appoint somebody to help you. So if anybody's having difficulty.
Yeah, I just asked Daniel. I nearly broke my back bringing the pram up, so just to take charge of the two stools near the steps, give me space.
Okay.
The candle being turned on.
The candle needs to be turned on. Who's going to do that for you?
I'm not on that side of the stage. So
I might be
Could we have it on but hide it under the?
Yeah, but it's for the changeover. All I'm doing is taking stools off, and I take stools off that way too, so I could just turn the switch on.
Okay?
And we'll figure out where to put it. Just back in the lantern.
Aisling, are you wanting myself and Roy to set the screen as well?
Yes.
Right,
Please.
okay.
Right, Natasha, with the mirror, watch your articulation. Watch your back, and you could angle the mirror a little bit more onto the stage because it's bouncing the lights.
Okay.
So just be careful of that. Are you using a fan?
Yes, I
That was over on
couldn't
this
see
side.
because it's a black handbag on a black table in the dark. I couldn't see it, so I just went without it for this one. But I'm going to preset it all.
Preset it, okay.
I spotted it over on this side of the
Yeah,
stage at
see, I
one
brought
point.
it down earlier, and then
Okay.
in the intermission, I couldn't see it in the dark.
Yeah.
Hey, the plus point is that nobody screamed in frustration. And nobody had
Got
temper
close several
tantrum,
times,
so
so we didn't actually.
that was good.
And I got like a powder puff thing from the makeup artist, so
Good.
I can attach to
Okay.
powder.
Everybody reconnect with the story. You're telling a story. Reconnect with it. Rebecca, put your coat behind the screen rather than throwing it on the floor.
yeah.
You know, or put it on top of the screen, but don't throw it on the floor.
I wouldn't put it on top of the screen because
Yeah,
that
I
particular one is denim, so it's much heavier than the other two coats. And if it goes on the screen, it could go over onto the piano, which could go over onto the ground. It's
I
too
was
much for it.
gonna do that on the screen, but then I remembered that it's down, so.
Corey, your pace is too slow. You need to increase the tempo rhythm there.
We're
Okay,
act
for
three.
that character. The clock, even if it doesn't break, and this time nothing broke, Paddy, and that's okay as well. So you might well find that the clock will just bounce onto the ground. If it does, it's still a sacrilege because it's still Mama's clock. It represents Mama, and it shows him killing his dream, his passion, and his love. So go with it either way, whatever happens. And don't flinch, and everybody else, don't react. Just react to the, this is the clock. The box should be off in the second part of the play, that brown box.
Okay.
Okay. And try to avoid getting blocked. It's quite a good space, but sometimes people are standing in front of each other. So just try to avoid that. Be conscious of it. Much louder, Natasha, marry the Baron. And then louder Natasha, I have.
That's all good.
It's all good.
You want my advice, Mary the Baron?
Marry the Baron, yeah. That should be much louder. Okay. Corey, you're on a bit late on Isn't Masha Here? You should be in on that. You were dawdling, meandering up those steps. And then this is very disturbing. He's very agitated. He's upset. He's searching for her. He thinks she's in bed with the other guy.
Is the knocking an okay volume?
The which?
That reminds me because it's one of my cues. Is the knocking at an okay volume
Yeah.
as well? Okay.
Knocking's okay. The microphones need to be adjusted at the interval.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I completely forgot about that. I was doing more things than I should have been doing
Yeah.
at the interval in terms of moving sets and that kind of thing. So I just went out of my head because of that.
Yeah, well, we have 15 minutes or 20 minutes. We've
Yeah.
15 minutes to do that. Can't hear you, James, on Start Crying. That's a nice line. So we're missing that all the time. And the music was late. Now the Radetzky March needs to come out. It was too loud because
Okay.
it was over the voices, and we need to take it out, I think, at a certain point. So
Okay.
we look at
Yep.
that in a few minutes.
I just wasn't sure when to do it, and so I've had it on a loop, so I just said,
Yeah.
you know what, just keep going with it,
Yeah.
and we'll see which bits need to be louder, and which
Yeah,
bits
no, I
need to be
think
softer.
we'll take it out when they've gone.
Okay.
And we'll only bring it in again at the end.
Okay.
When Alva's talking about the music.
So the cue for it coming back then would be just before Paddy's entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bench was slightly in the wrong place. Where's the pram? Keep the sound level down so that people are talking. Very good